My name's Jordan Owens. I'm a former professional hockey player and one of New Brunswick's newest residents. I've played hockey in cities all across the world, and one of the first establishments I would seek out when arriving in a new place is the local barber shop. In my latest adventure, I'll be traveling throughout the province of New Brunswick, my new home, getting to know the local barbers and learning what they love most about being barbers in small towns. In the first episode, I'll be visiting the Hampton Chop Shop, where I'll be meeting Andrew Simpson, co-owner and local barber. I can't wait to meet him and learn what he loves most about being a barber in a small town. Come on, let's go. Andrew Simpson, here we are, Hampton Chop Shop. Every venture has an origin story. What is the origin story of the shop?
After retirement from the military, I didn't want to do any more traveling, so I needed a retirement job. So after being in the Navy and doing a little bit of the hair cutting biz, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that everybody was on the same page when they sat in this chair. You weren't, a president or a prime minister or a king or a queen. You were just Joe sitting in the chair. And I liked the fact that when they get up, they felt better.
Different places in the world, no matter where you go, the barbershop definitely has like a distinct feel and vibe to it. I look around here, I'm sensing like an automotive, mechanic, chop shop. Where did the theme come from?
We live in a blue-collar society. We need a little place that's not stuffy. So why not a garage aspect, right? Most men, they feel comfortable in a garage. So why not?
So Simon, it's not your first time here at the chop shop, is it?
No, I've been coming here for, 2.5 years or so. The reason I keep coming back is I just sit down. He starts cutting, we start talking.
So I know Andrew's been around the world. Where would you say the furthest place from home that you've got a haircut is?
I'm a worker, and fortunately most of my work's here. All my work's here. I've never had to leave for work, so I've never had to get a haircut anywhere else.
So do you ever have time to get out in the community and just have fun, or are you pretty busy?
I make myself very busy, and I realize that I do it to myself for no reason. I enjoy working. And I have weekends off sometimes, but you never stop.
The joys of blue collar.
Andrew, would you have any advice for, I guess, two guys with young girls at home?
Enjoy it while you have it.
Oh yeah.
Because the next thing you know, it's all gone.
If you could go back in time, would you have become a barber sooner?
Nope. Nope. I would never change anything that I've done in the aspects of, work-wise.
Mm-hmm. And what about the future?
Oh, jumping's no. This is a great retirement job. I come to work, I hang out, I socialize. I don't have to worry about, driving in the snow and all of that stuff and dealing with traffic. I walk out this door and I can see my house from here.
Mm-hmm. And Simon, in your own life, what are some challenges that you're facing in your day-to-day?
The fact that I work too much. It's so silly, and I do it to myself, but I don't feel like I'm home all the time or enough. I don't feel like, you feel like you have to support all the time and bring in extra money and this and that, but like where my daughter, she's 15 or 16 months now, and I've noticed that she started doing things that, I look at my wife and say, oh, is that new? No, she's been doing that for a couple of weeks. It's like, well, geez,
Didn't I notice?
Where have I been? Oh, you've been working. Or, because I do more than just my day job. I do extra on the nights and weekends, and you just never stop. So where I'm thinking I'm doing good for my family and providing extra that we don't really need, but it makes it easier. But I'm missing out on, like Angie said, like you blink, you're gonna miss it.
Right.
And I've blinked a couple times, and I'm missing some good parts of it, I think, so.
You know, I like the vibe, I like the origin story, but what fascinates me most about hanging out with you and having this conversation is your passion for what you do. It's actually quite a rare thing to find people who are passionate and love what they do. Like, where did this come from?
We grew up in a very volunteer-orientated household. Our community is the same way. You have a fellow neighbor who needs help, you drop what you're doing and you help them.
Do you think that's one of the keys to happiness in life, is helping others, giving back?
Definitely. Giving back is where your happiness lied, right? Watching mom and dad when they came back from Lions Club events, right? Things like that.
You have to pick a location. Why Hampton? What is it about this community?
I'm born and raised here. Growing up here, there was no barber shops. There was a couple hair salons, but there was no barber shops. When I came back, we had one barber shop. Gives room for competition. Plus, this is home. So, why wouldn't I?
You feel like your clients or customers sometimes pour their hearts out to you?
You get to see families grow, families diminish.
Yeah. My father passed away suddenly and what some would call tragically. In the small town, of course, everything is routine, and Andrew and his wife Jody, they're always out on their porch having coffee, getting ready for the day. But Andrew instantly put everything down. He said, well, let's go back. That was when his shop was in the back of the house. So I was going through my stuff, but when I sat in the chair, he did all the talking. He talked about his own life, his experiences, and the way he lost his dad, and the stuff that was going to come down the pipe, to me or whatever. And I think that's probably the quintessential thing of a barber, like you had said. There's going to be times, I don't think it's very common, but I think he was trying to take some of the burden off of me. That's a true story. Andrew and I have never talked about it, but.
Because a lot of things don't need to be talked about. It's almost the same as, that old wives' tale about the bartender being, the therapist. We deal with a lot of things that sometimes we don't want to deal with, but it's part and parcel with our job. It may be just that, like I said before, where, they leave their phone. Well, they leave everything in their vehicle when they walk through the door. And it's just that I can just not do anything.
You've cut a lot of heads. A lot of people have walked through your door. Is there any time when it just didn't go well or something unexpected happened?
One in particular sticks out really well is in barber school. And had this feller walk in, 6.5 feet tall, 300-pound, big burly fella, hadn't had a haircut or a shave in months. So he sits down and I cape him up and start the conversation, ask him how he's doing. First thing, I feel like shit. Okay, so what are we gonna do? I don't care, just clean me up. Are you sure? Like, how short do you like it? Trying to get anything. And it was just short answers, one words, horrible. Cleaned him up, asked him if he wanted a shave. Sure, let's go. Took him over, gave him a hot shave, he stands up. I feel like $1 million. His attitude went from negative 2,000 to positive 1 million.
Nice.
In a matter of an hour. And I was a student. So here I am with that shaky hand going for a shave and everything else, and he still walked out that rejuvenated, that positive energy, and then he kept coming back.
Nice.
Weekly, bi-weekly, always getting cleaned up.
There must be a sense of reward.
It's a humbling job, knowing that you just made somebody else's life just a little bit better. Right? Hey, if we can make them happy when they walk out the door, that's a goal for us.
That's what it's all about.
Yes, most definitely.
Well, Andrew, thanks for letting me come hang out with you.
Hey man, anytime. The shop's always open for a hangout. We got the coffee, we got the little mini fridge in the back for some sody pops and such. So hey, yeah, the door's open. We're 6 days a week.
Okay.
Come on in anytime.
If I'm ever back in Hampton, I know where I'm coming.